And welcome to Game 2 of our Saturday afternoon doubleheader with the Tampa Spartans taking on the Florida Southern Moccasins. Spartans winning the first game of the doubleheader 12-1. This is also the third game of the series as Florida Southern beat Tampa last night. 3-1 was the final in that one. Tampa leading the Sunshine State Conference with a 13-1 conference record, 27-5 overall. Florida Southern in fourth place in the conference at 7-6, 17-14 overall. Hi, everybody. Jack Ike along with Taylor Stolworthy as we get ready for another hot day on the field. 89 degrees is what the temp says, and that field is even hotter because there's blacktop underneath it on this turf field. So, Taylor, the Spartans finally did what Spartans do in the first game of our doubleheader today with the 12-1 win.
Yeah, big win for Tampa. They got on base. They chased the starter out early. A great day at the plate. And not a surprise to see Tampa fully running back the lineup, except Pereira gets the reps at catcher. Irigoyen gets a chance to rest and be the DH. And it'll be Pereira catching John Luke Glanton. I'm excited to see what he can do. Two great starts out of Bailey and Satin. Two high-quality starts despite the L for Satin and the comfortable win for Bailey.
And Glanton comes in with a 7-1 record on the year, so he's been a solid pitcher, the third pitcher that the Spartans typically use, and he'll bring that record out there. Satin took his first loss of the season last night, and Bailey picked up his 9th win of the season. So between Satin, Bailey, and Glanton, you have 24 wins for the season for the Tampa Spartans. And they are 27-5 on the year. Closing in on 30 wins on the season already.
24-2 out of the rotation is never a bad thing. It shows you that the starters usually can give you 5 and end up in the win column. And that's typically what you want out of the guys to open the day on the mound.
This is Glanton's 10th appearance of the year, all in starting roles. He has 3.45 ERA, 44 and a third innings pitched, 47 hits, I should say, 21 runs, 17 earned runs, 15 walks, 37 strikeouts on the year. He has given up 5 dingers, so we'll have to keep that in mind as Florida Southern comes to the plate. Ryan Jenkins leading off for the third consecutive day. And Glanton on the mound, the righty this time for Tampa. First pitch, fastball, strike call. Inside corner. Fires a fastball outside. This is pretty much the hottest time of the day. Typically the warmest part of the day is about 3 to 4 hours before sunset, because the earth has had enough time to cook all day, and you get not just the sun, but radiating off the ground. So let's play ball.
89 degrees is what it feels like. Only 41% humid, thankfully.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, it would be unbearable on the field.
Definitely. We're 2-2 on the first batter, Jenkins. And that one is hit down the line, left field near the wall, and a leadoff home run for Ryan Jenkins. And Florida Southern is on the board with the first batter. He put that one straight down the line, basically over the 321 sign, about 5 feet over the yellow fence.
Yeah, clean drive there from Jenkins. That's a big start for the Mocs. They're coming off a pretty heavy defeat. They were held scoreless until the 8th, where they got a single, bunted, and flew the runner home on 2 quick plays. So that's exactly what they want to do to start strong against Tampa for Game 3.
And so we move on to Mikey Scott. The next batter, he takes a strike on the first pitch. Defensively for the Spartans, Pereira is behind the plate. Gunnett Carlson is at first. Braden Woodburn at second. Jack Martinez at third, Jesse Ponce. Shortstop, Javi Soto left, Jordan Evans center, Jake Books in right. Fielders didn't matter on the first batter as Jenkins put it over the fence. Ground ball, this one's going out to Woodburn. Should have a chance. And we've got the out. Just a slow roller to the second baseman. We go 4-3, and we've got one out here in the first.
Tampa's been done a good job of limiting home runs across the season. That being one of the first ones we have seen all year out of an opponent from Jenkins.
Eric Harrison now to the plate. First pitch, a ball.
Harrison listed as a two-way man, but exclusively at the plate for his freshman campaign.
Catches the corner, strike one. Ball low. That looks good. Strike call. 2-2. Pretty good crowd on hand for game 2 of this doubleheader. Florida Southern making the short trip, about 35 miles. Ball outside, another full count. Swing and a miss there, just goes high heat. Second out of the inning.
That's a good recovery for Glanton. Gets into trouble in the at-bat after the leadoff home run here against Harrison Jr., but battles his way through it. He does have the dangerous Carson Brady stepping up. 6 homers on the year. Best of the Mocs starting 9.
Well, we did mention Glanton has given up 5 home runs on the year, make it 6 now. Highest on the staff. Carson Brady at the plate. Strike one on the first pitch. Ball outside. Down the middle, fly ball. Jake Books backed up, now comes in, makes the catch to end the inning. But a home run leading off the game by Ryan Jenkins makes it a 1-0 Florida Southern lead after the top of the first, and Tampa coming to bat right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Top of the second we go. Glanton back on the mound for Tampa. Florida Southern on top 1-0. And they will send up Burke, Badaki, Brewington. Brewington new into the lineup for this game. The only change in the Florida Southern lineup. Glanton brings a curveball in.
I think they can finally use Brownington because there's no lefty on the mound. He's the lone left-handed batter of the Mox lineup.
There's one hit out into right field. Brooks gives chase. Dives. Makes the catch. Nice job by Jake Brooks. Sprinting to his left. Goes down and gets the ball. That makes a pitcher feel good.
Certainly does. Ryan has a lot of trust in the guys on defense. And he's definitely settled in after that leadoff solo shot.
That one's fouled off by Badaki. That's a ball.
Sorry.
1-1 pitch, down the middle, call strike. One-two pitch, outside bounces over Pereira to the backstop.
There was a half-hearted swing by Badaki. Might have been able to actually reach first as that bounced super far away.
If only batters could know that in advance, that if it's way outside, I'm going to swing on 2 strikes. Alas, I was going to say he watched strike 3 go past him, but no, it's a full count.
Might be some of the calls going against Tampa in this game compared to the previous game. Unlucky there for Glanton.
That was close. What's he do on 3-2? Misses low. So he does give up the walk. Which will bring Brewington to the plate. Brewington is the DH in this game, 171 average. Very upright stance for the lefty. Shows bunt, gets down a good bunt. They're going to have to go to first. The throw pulls him off the base. Glanton's throw was wide. Carlson had to come off the base to get it. By that time, Brewington was safe. More than likely a throwing error. Yes. So now, runners at first and second with 1 out.
That is huge for the Mox because I don't think bunting the runner is a good call at all in the situation. It's 1 out on the board, and you're essentially gambling that Thurman can get a hit here. If there's 0 outs, I like the call, but they definitely get bailed out by Glanton just having a rare miscue.
First pitch, missing outside. This is Eli Thurman. Glance back, Glanton fires. Missing low. 2-0. Glanton quickly gets the sign, glances back at second. That looks good, strike call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one on the way. Tap foul, 2-2.
Well, I like Glanton settling back in. He fell 2-0 after the error, but refocused, 2 quick strikes, and he's in a spot where he could try to coax a double play ball, or at least give him the second out if he gets the K.
2-2 coming up from Glanton. Fastball fouled back. One to nothing, 4 to Southern up. 2-2 to Thurman. Look pretty good. Umpire agrees.
Yeah, I don't think Thurman can complain about that one. Same pitch to Evans.
Yeah. 2 down now on the K. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Brady Dury. Runners at first and second not being held on. And the pitch. Curveball strike inside corner. He's used that pitch effectively a couple times already. Fastball just missing outside. Tap foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Curveball, ground ball, Ponce. And he takes the throw. Thought he was going to try to get the force, but I think he realized he wasn't going to get there in time. So he throws to first. Carlson catches it. Inning is over. They get a couple on, but nobody in. We played it inning and a half, still 1-0. 4 to Southern on top of Tampa. Tampa coming up. Bottom of the second, Tampa coming to the plate. There'll be 4, 5, 6 hitters. Joanna Irigoyen, Jake Books, Nick Pereira. Irigoyen in a big game in the first game. Tampa won at 12-1. He had 6 RBI. Tampa, though, went 3 up, 3 down in the first.
Yeah, Rollins looking good out there. He does carry a 5.24 ERA, but only 4 walks in 22 innings, so he's bad good control. One thing is, though, the other 2 mock starters have also had good control. They've combined for 10 walks.
Okay. Jace Rollins on the mound. Here's the first pitch, way outside. Irigoyen from Winter Garden, Florida. That one's hit possibly in the gap. Does it get down? No, he dropped it. It was off the mid of Thurman, and Irigoyen ends up staying at first. But it was a long run for Thurman, And he got there, but the ball popped out of his mitt. We'll see what they call it. Fortunately for Thurman, when it fell out of his mitt, it didn't go far, so they keep Irigoyen at first. They're calling it a hit.
Yeah, I think it would be unfair to give that as an error because that's a tough ball to get to in the gap.
Yep.
And a good job by Scott to get there in time. If Irigoyen did try to keep going to 2, he would have been out on the quick relay.
Jake Books at the plate. Books the one a little bit high.
Yeah, great first game for Books today. 2 walks, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs as well. A monster start, but he didn't score, believe it or not.
Yeah, that was a good 1-2 punch for Irigoyen and Books. See if Books can continue the double parade here. Maybe so. That's going to go in the gap. That could score Irigoyen. I think it will. Joe's going to hold him up. It's a double. He does continue the double parade.
I think it's a good call to hold up Irigoyen. The risk not really worth the reward here. No outs. You have 2 in scoring position with Pereira, Soto, and Martinez. And I think each of those guys could definitely do enough to at least tie the game on a sacrifice. If there was 1 or maybe 2 outs, that's where you might challenge the throw. You might test the user of Burke out and right. But I think here, no outs in a good spot. Don't give him an out for free.
Brings Pereira up. Looks at a strike. Couple solid hits. That might play into it too. They're hitting him hard.
Pereira's definitely due for a hit too. Only mustered a walk in game 1.
Ground ball. Irigoyen's coming home to tie it. He does on the throw out at first. We're tied 1. So that run does score, and we're knotted up.
Smart from Jenkins there. He knows it's early on. Maybe a more undisciplined fielder would try to hurry the throw home, and if it's offline, they can't make the tag. 2 runners and no out still, but gives them the first out to make life a little easier.
Irigoyen didn't hesitate. He headed home.
And that also was a bit of a risk, kind of not hesitating. Mm-hmm. Might have actually benefited off a faster jump as that was set on the ground. But at least left quickly enough for Jenkins to not think about it.
1 ball, no strikes. Up the middle, taken by Jenkins. 2 outs, move the runner to third. So there's no doubt the Spartans are hitting the ball hard so far.
Rollins has been pretty aggressive, and I think Tampa's trying to get on top of it. That's the way you want to pitch to the Spartans. You want to force them to put the ball in play, because if you're missing, they're a team that's patient and will make you work.
Lead run now on third base for Jack Martinez at the plate, and he hits one. It's going foul. Believe it's out of play high up on the screen.
Four of the at-bats in the inning so far, or actually 3 of the at-bats in the inning, ended on the second pitch. A 1-0 single for Irigoyen, RBI ground out 0-1 for Pereira, 1-0 ground out for Soto.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled off, out of play again, about the same spot. So in the hole, 0-2 with 2 outs. Base hit will give the Spartans the lead. Ball low outside. Rollins fires. Ball high. 2-2. Rollins is set. So is Martinez low in the dirt. He's gone full. Full count pitch coming up. Low, just missing. Down the middle, but low, and we've got another base runner now at the corners. Brings the number 9 hitter to the plate, Jesse Ponce.
Ponce playing a lot like Anthony Nunez did in his senior year at the plate. Low average, but high on base. 26 free bases to 14 strikeouts entering the game for Ponce. More free bases than hits as well.
Strike call. Third base playing in. First base holding Martinez.
Ponce is the type of player who could bunt for a hit, so that's the reason why he's playing pretty shallow.
Hits one up the middle. Does it get down? Yes. That one seemed to handcuff Thurmond. Maybe had he kept going, he'd have made the catch, but he let it bounce in front of him. Spartans take a 2-1 lead.
I think it's an awkward play to read if you're Thurmond. You know, you're thinking, oh,
Yep.
Is it going to land in my glove? It starts to fall a little bit faster. And just that moment of hesitation, it just drops right on him. But at the very least, it doesn't maybe go for an acrobatic play where it rolls behind him.
Yeah,
And that's where Tampa scores two.
He kept the play in front of him.
But the ever-dangerous Jordan Evans is back.
Now a 2-1 Spartan lead. And a foul ball. They give chase. It's going to go out of play. Lands on top of the Mocs dugout. One strike pitch to the leadoff batter, Jordan Evans, batting for the second time in this game. Ground ball. Shortstop takes it, shovels to second. Inning is over. Spartans, though, pick up a couple. 3 hits. And at the end of 2, it is now Tampa on top, 2-1. We'll be right back. And where's he based out of? Really? We head to the top of the third inning with Tampa now on top 2-1 is the score. John Luke Glanton now has a lead in front of him.
Got to a little trouble in the second, but he's battled well to get out of it.
He will face the top of the order, Ryan Jenkins, who led off this game with a home run. The run that Florida Southern has on the board. First pitch. And he puts that one out there, but Brooks has it in his sights and makes the catch. So a couple good rides out of Jenkins. One for a home run, one for a fly out.
Tampa's known to have really good defense across the board, especially in the outfield. Jake Brooks is kind of an unassuming outfielder defender, but he has been really good with his arm, and he made that diving catch earlier. A big play to start the second inning.
Mikey Scott to the plate. First pitch, strike call.
Tampa's in a really good spot in terms of bullpen health. All they've used is Moran for 1 2/3 and Velasquez 2 low leverage innings to close the game.
Down the middle but low.
The Mox bullpen guys, the high leverage guys, did get a night to rest and the first game off, but they've burned through a few more of their arms so far.
Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball takes in a high hops. Ponce. Carlson for the 6-3, second out of the inning.
I like the adjustment for Ponce. Some of the earlier throws he had today kind of went a bit low. Notably, there was a good scoop by Carlson not too long ago. So this time elevates it a little bit more and makes that catch easier.
Brings Eric Harrison to the plate. He struck out his first time up. And that's down the middle, strike 1.
It was a lengthy fight against Glanton. And barely went down swinging on the 3-2.
A little bit low. One pitch with 2 out. Catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Ground ball. Ponce charges. And that was a throwing error on Martinez. He cut off Ponce and tried to get a quick throw and threw it well away from Carlson. And heading to second is Harrison.
It's a really tough decision to make. You want to make the play, but sometimes it's honestly better just to eat the ball. I think there was a little bit of time to get it off, but if you miss the throw, that's what happens.
I think if it was an accurate throw, they had him. Close. Brings up Carson Brady now with a man in scoring position. First pitch is a ball. Brady flew out to right field his first time up to Jake Books. Diving catch by Books. Ball low.
Very uncharacteristic for Tampa to have multiple errors in a game.
Yeah, already 2.
Entering today, only 23 committed on the season. Their errors have committed 40 against them.
2-0. 3-0.
That could see Militello out there, if that's a walk, especially on 4 pitches, just to check in with Glanton.
That looks good. Strike call on the 3-1.
Sergio Perez was singing Militello's praises yesterday.
Yeah. Sergio, a member of the 2006 National Champions. Matter of fact, he was the SSC Pitcher of the Year, All-American.
And then a second-round draft pick.
Oh, yeah, the Houston Astros. Was here last night for alumni night. Came up and talked to you for a couple innings. 3-2 pitch now coming up. Glanton to Brady. Ground ball. Does it go up the middle? Ponce there. Quick throw. Threw it away. That's going to allow a runner to score, and it's going to be a 2-2 game. Ponce had time, but again threw it wide of Carlson. That is the 3rd error of the game for Tampa. Very uncharacteristic.
The Martinez error, he's trying to rush the throw, and it is a tight spot. It was a slow play, but I think Ponce had enough time to not worry as much about the power and try to get a little more accurate. And I know Coach Urso is not going to be the happiest guy in the dugout seeing the lead go up in smoke.
Because of it, 2 errors.
Right. It's an unearned run for sure for Glanton here. And he's still in danger with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
So a quick mound visit by Pereira. And to the plate comes Will Burke. So the last 2 batters both hit ground balls in the infield and then made it to second base on throwing errors. And that one is hit deep but foul. Thankfully, there's a screen all around the park. Otherwise, somebody on Cass would have been startled driving their car.
There was someone walking on the street that probably would have been in range of that foul ball.
That would awaken you. Ball a little bit inside. One ball, one strike. That one's hit down the right field line, but foul. Spartans need to get out of this inning with a tie score. One-two from Glanton. Just missing outside, 2-2. Burke with a good eye there. Two-two pitch with 2 out. Base hit, that might give him the lead. Brooks comes up. Here's the throw to the plate. It's going to be close, but he beats the tag, and Florida Southern takes a 3-2 lead.
Great throw from Brooks, even though it wasn't in time. Pereira was able to play it quickly enough where Burt couldn't think about going the extra base on the play.
So that will go down as an unearned run because of the 2 throwing errors that allowed both the runs to come in. That solid base hit drove in that run. Florida Southern has battled back to take the lead, and Brock Budacki at the plate now. Strike call. And they've called a balk, or they started to send the base runner down to second. Now they're telling him to go back.
I think it could be more of a pitch clock violation instead of a balk.
Okay, just a ball maybe?
But might also be debatable. That's why Odette's come out of the dugout.
So they sent the runner back. They've got 0-1 still on the scoreboard. See if the umpire holds his fingers up. I don't see anything that changed other than maybe he said to restart the clock and just called time or something. Ground ball, Ponce, and shovels it over to Woodburn to end the inning. But the Spartans give up 2, couple errors and a base hit. And at the end of 2.5, they now trail Florida Southern 3-2. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third, Spartans now need to come back again in this ball game. This time they trailed 3-2. They trailed 1-0 after the first batter of the game. Battled back, took a 2-1 lead. Now gave up 2 and trailed 3-2. And it will start with the number 2 hitter, Braden Woodburn.
Heart of the order for the Spartans, but you could say most of the offense really is the heart of the order.
Yep.
Even the bottom half, the final 2 batters, Martinez and Ponce, they drew a walk and singled for their first ABs.
Woodburn sees a strike call. Strike on the outside corner, high in the zone. Woodburn now in the hole, 0-2. Rollins didn't waste one earlier in the game on an 0-2 count. This time he does.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating Woodburn being worried about going down looking again, but
Yeah.
Woodburn's also very patient at the plate. 32 free bases on the season, just behind Carlson for the team lead.
This time he misses, even the count at 2-2.
He's only drawn 22 walks compared to 33 from Carlson. Carlson has not been hit by a pitch. Woodburn's been plunked 10 times.
That's a lot.
It is.
It's every third game. Just missing, so from 0-2 to 3-2.
By the way, Tampa did eclipse 200 walks on the year in the previous game.
Seriously, wow. That's 8 a game.
Yeah.
7 a game.
Probably 8 a game now.
Walked him. Got 0-2 and then 4 balls. And Woodburn with the leadoff walk. And striding to the plate comes Gunnett Carlson.
Carlson leads the team in walks, but also in strikeouts. He's very kind of big power, big discipline, 3 true outcomes.
And he looks at a strike. He grounded to the first baseman back in the first, ending the first inning. Throw over. Woodburn now will have to wash that jersey.
A little close for comfort, I think, for
It was.
Woodburn on that pickoff.
Yeah.
Good turn by
Yeah.
Rollins.
Yep. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I honestly think this is a stealing count if you're Carlson. You're maybe not thinking about it. 0-2 is a stealing count, but you're probably going to see a breaking ball, trying to get a swing and miss chasing a heater.
Up the middle for the base hit. Woodburn will advance 1 base. Runners on first and second with nobody out.
Then again, what do I know? A run probably leads to a double play. Shortstop's covering,
Well,
picks it up.
he didn't do what you thought he would do. He threw a fastball down the middle.
Exactly. That's why I'm not a batter.
So that's a couple times he's had an 0-2 count and challenged the hitter.
I think it's a good mentality to have. Be aggressive. That's how he struck out Woodburn the first time.
Yep. I've had coaches who said, why waste a pitch? That's going to fall in for a base hit. Do they send him? No. We're going to have the bases loaded with nobody out.
That one's an easier hold call than the previous one in the gap. But I think the big thing as well, you've got no outs and
Yes.
Jake Books.
Yep.
You absolutely love it. There is a lefty that's been tossing down to the bullpen, but even I think the most trigger-happy coach would not want to pull Rollins in this spot. You do trust Tanner Rolison, the lefty, but I don't think you want to leave your starter out here just to get a lefty matchup.
Jace Rollins now facing Jake Books. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ball low. Spartans have hit some solid balls against Rollins. And here comes Rick Odette out to have a mound visit. Maybe talking about what to do if you do field the ball. so far in the game. Rollins, 2 official innings in the books, giving up 5 hits. Walked 2, struck out 2. At 40 pitches here in the third inning.
Yeah, he's kept that count low, even with the 19-pitch second inning. Tampa striking early with the iron hot in these recent at-bats, 0-2 and 0-0 in the count.
Conference is over. Rollins on the mound. Books in the box. Strike call, 1-1. One pitch. Ground ball heading to first. They're going to come home. Throws it high. But they got him. The ball was thrown high, but Badaki made the catch and was able to swing his arm down and get the tag on Woodburn. That almost was disastrous for Florida Southern. The bases remain loaded, but now 1 out, and now Nick Pereira to the plate.
Could have been a potential debatable interference by the catcher, but then again, when the throw is a bit wild, what are you supposed to do?
You have to go get it.
You have to get in the way,
Yeah.
So a little bit awkward. If he didn't catch it, not having that conversation, as the runner would have been safe.
Yes.
At the very least, the errant throw prevented what could have been a simple 3-2-3 double play.
True. We are seeing some crazy throws in this game from the fielders. Pereira now 1-1.
It's not the shadows that are causing them either. Cloudy skies.
No, there's no
Even
shadows on the field.
The sky is blue enough to stay dry, but
And that's going to be blooped. That may bring a run in. Does it fall? Yes, it does. That's going to tie the game. Gets past the left fielder. 2 runs are going to score. 3 runs are going to score. And the Spartans are back on top. That one took a crazy hop over Mikey Scott and went far enough away that Brooks scored all the way from first. And that's pretty amazing considering there was only 1 out. He wasn't running on the play.
yeah, that is a very unlucky turn of events for Scott. Might just be inexperience with the turf, just misreading the bounce. And that pays off huge for the Spartans. And best crazy part, not even air on the play because it's just a bounce. It's not necessarily something that Scott did wrong.
And Javi Soto looking to bunt his way on. So now Tampa is up 5-3 here in the third. It's been a wacky game. You don't often have a bases clearing bloop single. Runner heading to third. Ball popped up. He's going to have to, it's going foul. I was going to say he better head back, but it was going foul. Pereira was off and running. He had the base.
He hasn't had a steal attempt this season, but that was a great jump. They're not actively holding him.
No.
But I think as well, Urso might be sensing that both teams kind of struggling. He wants to get the Mocs in some awkward situations and see if, just like Tampa having 3 errors forced, he can maybe get 1 or 2 out of the defense. It's hot. These guys are coming off of a full 9-inning game. Maybe try to capitalize on the fatigue. The only player who didn't play in game 1 for either side, the DH.
Brewington, yeah. Now the sun is poking through and we've got some shadows. 0-2 pitch. Soto waits. And that's a strike. They had 0-2 on there. That can't. Yeah, it is right. Okay. He didn't leave the box immediately. And that's another case, 0-2. He just challenged him. And I'm thinking the batter just wasn't ready for it or didn't anticipate a fastball. Jack Martinez now to the plate, the 8th hitter in the order. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, worked the count full and drew a walk back in the second.
Ground ball. Stops it. Throws it. And making the play again. Testing the flexibility of the fielders. They do get out of the inning, but the Spartans pick up 3 on a bloop single. Bases clearing single. And at the end of 3, it is 5-3. Tampa on top. We'll be back. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Spartans now up 5-3. And here to hold the lead is Taylor Stolworthy.
We'll continue with 7, 8, 9 due up for the Mocs. Browington, Thurmond, Dory. So far, one of them's reached base. They're 0 for 3. It was off the error by Thurmond on the bunt attempt. And it was hit down the first base line, so it was a sacrifice bunt, I think, or maybe just a misplaced bunt for a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And leading off is the guy who bunted last time in Browington. And he was, I think, holding his bat, almost showing it, but he'll swing away. Strike 1.
So all 3 errors committed by Tampa were just basically infield grounders.
Yeah,
slow. And thrown away.
Slow rollers.
Mm-hmm.
1 to Thurman, 1 to Martinez, 1 to Ponce. 2 of them directly contributing to runs as the count goes 1-1. Harrison Jr.'s benefiting, getting on base via error. Brady scoring Harrison Jr. via error. And Burke then singled to bring him home. So all those runs unearned for Glanton. 3 surrendered and 1 earned today off of the Jenkins solo shot. Enters now on 57 pitches. Number 61 hits the corner. It's 2-2. Hit up the middle to Woodburn. He'll have a clean toss, a little low, but a good scoop for Carlson. 1 down.
Let's just have a routine play.
Yeah, for a change. Thurman ready to go. We went down looking in a lengthy fight against Glanton. John Luke Glanton comes out of Georgia College. Was an All-American last year. As the count goes 1-0 down low. One and one. Glanton only 5'11" compared to some of the taller starters for the Mocs.
I think they've run in 3 6'6" pitchers, at least 6'5".
And Tampa usually relies on smaller players on the mound. This time the Ponce throws on target.
Thank you.
6'3". 6'3" is a ground out, not a height. 2 away to bring up Dory. Satin and Fiker are a bit taller. Satin 6'3", Bailey 6'4". Out of the bullpen, Luke Fiker only 5'8" as a two-way man. Also has that sidearm release. Strike 1. I'd imagine Fiker's the first guy out of the bullpen for the Spartans. Will likely come in relief for Glanton later on. And it's 0-2. Dory quickly down in an 0-2 hole. grounded out when it was 1-2 in his first at bat. That'll get through, out of reach of Woodburn. Great job protecting and singling for the third hit of the game for the Mocs. Tying run is the man who homered earlier.
Again, 0-2 challenge. This time ripped for a single.
So Glanton with a base runner. First pitch. Strike one. He's been able to get some early pitch strikes. You know, apart from the first inning and those couple full count plays, really avoided having trouble in terms of lengthy ABs. Similar for Rollins. He's also been finding the zone more. It's 0-2 now. But the question is, how do you get strike three for John Luke Glanton? A little bit less strikeout stuff than Bailey and Satin. The 0-2. Going away. A little extra zip on the slider. The 1-2's popped up.
That is a major league pop-up.
It is. Everyone's closing in. Martinez will find it. So scary for a moment when everyone's going, hey, who's going to get it? Martinez volunteers, and apart from a two-out single, it's a clean frame for Glanton. And for the first time today, Tampa exits an inning in the lead, 5-3. Well, exits a defensive inning in the lead. So here we go. Glanton facing off against 5, 6, and 7. Burke, Badaki, Rowington. RBI single for Burke. One of the 3 hits Glanton has surrendered on the mound today. And that is going to miss away, ball 1. Tampa and Florida Southern, a storied rivalry across so many sports. Baseball is no exception. Now bring the count to 1-1. The all-time record, 115-13 in favor of Tampa. Tampa 6-4 in the last 10, as that one's foul back 1-2. The last 5 has tilted in favor of the Mocs. Last year's series saw Tampa win 7-5 on the road, then drop games 2 and 3. This count goes 2 and 2. The year before, in 2024, Tampa swept the series. They also did the same in 2023. Swing and a miss. And Glanton gets his 5th strikeout. Make it 3 in a row. That'll bring up Badaki. Tampa's longest winning streak against the Mocs was 8 games. That was from 2001 to 2002. Their longest losing streak, however, against Florida Southern, 23 games back in the 80s. That's going to get by Evans on the dive, but good hustle by Brooks to back him up. A single with 1 down. That dive would have been ill-advised for Evans if he didn't have Jake backing him up on the play. A 1-out base runner on the very first pitch, and Brooks made sure Badaki couldn't think about 2. Rowington ready to go. Thurman waiting on the bench. Tying run is at the plate for the Mocs. They'd like to add a little bit of spice as we continue the middle innings. Hit to second. The runner advances, but for Woodburn, it's the easy second out. Productive out there from Rowington. Quick jump by Badaki prevents the double play. Thurman takes high. That one bobbled by Pereira. He stays on top of it. Thurman 0 for 4 at the plate today. Fielder's choice in the second. Didn't get caught up in a double play. Here's Glanton. Swing and a miss. Gets him chasing. Pitch count climbing for Glanton. This will probably be his final inning. It'll be pitch number 94 coming up. Hit back. 2 strikes now to Thurman. Thurman went down looking back in the second. That inning saw the Mocs strand 2 on the base path. 1-2 from John Luke Glanton. Right on the corner. That was a close call. Half-hearted check swing from Thurman. He just held up enough. So we'll go again. 2-2 now. Pitch number 96. Swing and a miss. Fouls it up with strike 3. 6 strikeouts to end the day for John Luke Glanton. And he'll leave one on with that 1-out single to complete a quality start. I don't think he'll be back for the 7th, it'll likely be time for the Spartans bullpen to close the door. And we'll return in the bottom half of the sixth as Tampa tries to give a little extra cushion. So, Jack, I was looking over the series history numbers, 120 or 228 games in total between Tampa and the Mocs. Tampa 115 and 113.
Wow.
So a slight advantage for the Spartans.
But relatively close.
Certainly was, and that was definitely back in the 80s when the Mocs really racked up some early wins against Tampa, 0-1 the Ponce. Tampa actually dropped the series against the Mocs last season. They were on the road, and the Mocs were able to win 2-1 in Lakeland. Fouled away by Ponce. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole against Rollyson. The junior out of Texas continuing. 1 for 2 day. Just outside. These umps have not been a big fan of framing today. Catcher's trying to pull it into the zone, but unsuccessful. Hit into left. If that's fair, it's a double. Just veers foul. Is some activity over now in the Florida Southern bullpen. But that would just be if Rollyson gets into trouble. We'll probably have the green light to finish his third inning out there on the mound. He'd complete 3 innings, 2.2 if he finishes this one. 2-2, close call again. Hit up the middle, deflects off the foot, fielded at second, falling, throwing, but Ponce is safe by a few steps. Rollyson is back up on his feet, but it's a single for Ponce. An awkward kick off the back heel, and weirdly enough, that still was actually playable by Dory. Top of the order, Jordan Evans now. 1 on and no one out for the Spartans. And still a close game, so the Mocs, if they have to make a change, would definitely look to a high leverage arm. On the black low for strike 1.
That's the first time you said on the black for a call strike in a while.
Yeah. Most of the time it's been on the black and just outside.
Yeah.
When it really should be when I'm talking about strikes. Outside, 1-1.
Umpires will always say there's no such thing as on the black. It's either in the strike zone or it's not.
Mm-hmm. Hit through the hole. Jenkins was shifted a little bit to the right, and Evans made him pay. Back-to-back hits to start the inning. Rollyson worked his way out of a tricky spot previously. Woodburn stealing in the fourth, had him in scoring position with Books at third, or Evans at third. Soto at first was an easy out as well for Rollyson. He'll continue against Woodburn. You imagine he gets the at-bat against Carlson. But should he stay in trouble after that, that's where they might make the change. Pitch count also over 20. Squares up. Clean bunt foul. 0-1.
So Joe's showing how every run is critical at this point. Just wants to move those runners.
Smart play here. Woodburn's also pretty adept at getting the bunt down. Third season for Woodburn with the Spartans. Quick toss back, and it gets to the outfield. Ponce and the runner move forward. First error of the game on the Mocs. And that time just the lob slides a little too high over the head of Jenkins.
That is about at least the fifth or sixth errant throw we've seen in this game.
And this time Tampa able to capitalize, advancing both. Woodburn taking low, making it 1-1.
Yeah, and that makes Woodburn that much more dangerous now. Take the sacrifice out of his hands. And runners in scoring position.
I'd imagine he doesn't square up here.
No.
But the squeeze might not be a terrible idea. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Infield going to try to fire the ball quickly home, I'd reckon, here. Earlier in the game, they'll sacrifice the run like they did in the first inning, but Tampa's on topping, can put it out of reach. As the count goes 2-2. And outside of Tobin Moran, high leverage arms from Tampa haven't needed to go yet. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up Carlson, another lefty. But actually, it's going to be Vanacek off the bench.
Okay.
Playing the platoon. And we'll see if there's a corresponding swap out of the Mocs. Looks like it.
Maybe so.
Makes sense. Playing the numbers. Vanacek would definitely stay in the game here.
Joe makes the chess move, and Rick Odette has to counter.
At least Rollison can say he ended his outing on a strikeout.
Yeah.
2 full innings of clean baseball. He is responsible for both runners. The error wouldn't have led to a double play, so it wouldn't turn them into unearned players. It'll be up to a high leverage arm to get out of the jam when we come back.
Bottom of the 7th we head. Spartans on top 6-3. Jake Books will lead off for Tampa. Books is scored twice today, doubled in the second inning. Reached on a fielder's choice and then grounded out to third base last time. Robert Tracy on the mound. Wines fires. Strike call.
Yeah, Books following up that 3-for-3 performance with another solid start, scoring twice as the runner.
Had 3 doubles in the opener and added it with a double in the second. Check swing, curves inside. Two balls, one strike. Tracy sets and fires. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spartans will play Tuesday night, 5 o'clock right here. Valdosta State comes to town. Single game. And then on the road, the next 2 weekends in SSC play, as Taylor mentioned, Nova Southeastern followed by Rollins.
Valdosta State's going to be a little bit of a homecoming for our friend DJ Doskow. He started with the Blazers before transferring to Tampa, and he stayed with our sports department since graduating.
That's a solid single. Books on base. So a leadoff single. And brings Nick Pereira to the plate. Now Rick Odette is coming out he's upset about something with the home plate umpire. And the base umpire is having to step in between them. What do you think is the situation?
I don't know if it's directed towards fans or the bench, but
he's not happy.
Yeah, clearly something.
It's something with the home plate umpire. And the base umpire had to step in between them, calm them down. The players out in the field are kind of standing around looking a little baffled. Tampa trainer, I don't know if it's related, but he's walking over toward the Florida Southern side of the field. Probably unrelated, but regardless, the umpires are still not in position to resume. They all seem to be looking across the field, off the field, like behind the dugout or something. All right. We continue. Umpires are back. Batter in the box. Runner goes. Throw down to second is going to be high. And making a nice stop is Dury to keep that one from going into center field. I don't think it had anything to do with the base hit, but it came right after Books got the single. Pereira pulled back on the bunt. This time he gets down. That's a good bunt. That might go for a hit. The throw. He beat it out. Throw was off the bag, but I think he beat it out anyway. Runners at first and third.
Clean bunt there out of Pereira. He can be a dual threat in terms of swinging for power and with some speed, even though he hasn't had a chance at a steal this year. Only a handful of appearances so far. And again, he's coming off of his surgery, his injury, but he's recovered well. And already he's given some pretty big moments down the stretch for the Spartans.
So you have a little better view of the Florida Southern dugout than I do. Did you think that Odette left the dugout?
I think so. I think he walked out with the Tampa trainer. It might
So
have
maybe
been,
the Tampa trainer was making sure he left the field like he was ejected?
That's what I'm thinking would be my first guess. We would have to double check for some confirmation, but there have been some close calls across the day-to-day. There weren't a lot of strikes going the way of Bradel.
Oh, that one is hit high. Not going to be out of here, though. Coming in, Mikey Scott makes the catch. Runner from third will score. Books touches the plate, and it's a 7-3 Tampa lead. So it's entirely possible Odette got kicked out, got ejected in the dugout, then came out to argue the ejection.
That, too. I didn't see the motion like a you're out of here type of thing, but...
So we move on. Jack Martinez to the plate. Tampa now up 7-3 here in the seventh. One out, man on first. Ground ball, foul. Joe Urso, 2 steps out of the way. Tried to bring it down and in, did not. Martinez now 2 balls, 1 strike on him. And he tried to bring that one in and does. 2-2. Ball high, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch coming up. Fly ball. Scott drifting in. Jenkins drifting out. Scott makes the catch. 2 down. I'll tell you one thing, and you probably notice it too when you go down taking a break or something. You do hear a lot more chatter from the dugouts when you're down up against the screen there than we do up here.
Yeah, certainly. We're pretty far away, so we can't tell a lot of what's going on. I know our last year's roster was known for being a bit trash talky at times.
Yes.
One of our players, trying to remember who, I think even got a late game ejection / suspension for one game because of some late game chirping.
Yes. I think it was on a ball, base runner running to first or something. I thought it was a play at first. Ground ball, fielded. Harrison steps on the bag, inning is over. Spartans get a 1 run in. Thanks. And at the end of 7-3 Tampa. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 8th, leading off for Tampa will be the top of the order, Jordan Evans, followed by Woodburn and Vanacek. Into pitch is number 46, Colby Rice, right-handed pitcher from Winter Springs, Florida, went to Santa Fe College prior.
He was the 2025 Men's Iron Mock Award at Florida Southern last year.
Okay. And how do you earn that? Iron Man out of the bullpen or something?
Yeah, we're basically maybe showing grit and determination.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. He was a pretty good closer at the start of the year. He rallied 4 straight saves.
Wow.
He did get hit around later in the second half, however. Notably this year, out of limited appearances, he's only given up 2 hits in 4 innings, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Okay.
So high power.
And Jordan Evans strides to the plate. Now umpire stops play again. It looks like having trouble getting the signal into the pitcher.
Yeah, it's a pitch comm issue. And out to the mound, Casey Odell to help out.
Here, you press this button, stand on one foot, turn to the left, and it resets. Heaven forbid they would have to actually signal it in from the catcher. That's so
Jeez.
primitive.
How scary.
Anybody do that anymore?
In
Other than
NPB
Little
they
League,
do,
maybe.
but sometimes.
Okay.
I don't think really in MLB anymore. This pitch comm system is a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Evans, first pitch pops up. Right field, heading over is Burke. Near foul territory, makes the catch in foul territory for the out. Braden Woodburn now to the plate for Tampa. Got a base hit, stole a base. Ball low. The pitch, check swing. It's a ball. Two balls, no strikes to Woodburn. Fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rice in the stretch. 2-1 on the way. Inside, 3-1. Tampa up 4, bottom of the 8th. Looking to take 2 of 3 for the weekend. Foul back. So now 3-2 to Woodburn again. And the pitch. A little bit low. Woodburn gets a pass. His second walk of this game. Third time on base this game.
There's Coop getting batting gear once again. Became a fan favorite, part of the story of that championship run last year.
Right.
I always love that he's got his own jersey, too.
Yep.
Wearing his dad's 34.
You watch him when he warms up with the players before the game. He has got everything down to like how a major leaguer would do it, not like an 8-year-old. I watched him pitching to one of the players, and he like scraping the rubber, glanced over at second, did the stretch.
Definitely get the feeling he'll be a Spartan later on.
And a baseball player.
That too. Pitch clock violation apparently should be 2-0.
And it's showing that. And doesn't matter because there's a ball hit out into center field. Coming in is Thurman to make the catch. 2 outs now. That will bring Irigoyen to the plate. So Braden Woodburn on first, 2 outs. Irigoyen at the plate, 7-3 Tampa. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Quick throw to first. Woodburn is back. Oh, 1 pitch. Fly ball. Foul. It's going to go out of play. Hits high up on the netting. And now 0-2 to Irigoyen. Oh, 2 again. Ball high. 1-2. Rice gets the signal. Ground ball by Irigoyen, heading through the hole. I don't think they're going to get him. No, they hold the throw. Nice job by Jenkins to knock it down. Kept the runner from possibly going to third. So runners at first and second with 2 out. And Jake Books coming to the plate. Infield, well, it's in it short. He might be there just temporarily getting some signals. Now he's backing up. So 2 on, 2 out. Spartans up 4. And first pitch to Brooks is a strike. Brooks from Royersford, Pennsylvania. Fouls that one off. Down 0-2 now. Nick Pereira hoping to get one more at bat. And the pitch. Outside, 1-2. Books waits. The 1-2 on the way. 2-2. Just a little bit high. And the pitch. Books bloops one out into left field, giving chase, gets past him. That's going to score 2. Another try by Mikey Scott diving. But 2 runs will score. Books goes to second, and the Spartans add a couple runs to make it 9-3. Mikey Scott gave it a good try, but it landed about 2 feet fair, just out of his reach, and then rolled to the wall.
I think in that situation, it's a better idea to not dive, to see if you can knock it down in front of you. And obviously, you don't want that 8th run to score, but now the runner's in scoring position and the runner from first made it home.
Pereira watches that one in the dirt. Ball high. So goes from 1 in the dirt to 1 too high, and it's 2-0. Swing and a miss there. Rice fires, swing and a miss, 2-2. One-two pitch coming up from Rice to Pereira. Ball high, 2-2.
I think you were right the first time. I think it is 3-2.
Is it?
Our scoreboard people are just behind. Yes.
And I believe them. I trust them. They do flash 3-2 now. And he walked him. So runners now on first and second, and Javi Soto gets one more chance to bat.
There's been a lefty warming up. A little ways to go until Ponce. If the inning does go that long, that's where they would make the change.
Soto at the plate. 4th time up today. That one's up the middle. Coming in, making the catch is Eli Thurman to end the inning. Spartans get a couple. Up the lead to 9-3. We go to the top of the 9th. Tampa on top by 6. We'll be right back. Top of the 9th inning we go. Tampa on top 9-3. Leading off will be Badaki, followed by Brewington and Thurman. Spartans are going to have to be road warriors going down the stretch here. After this weekend and after the Valdosta State non-conference game on Tuesday, they are at Nova Southeastern next weekend. Nova Southeastern right now is 8-7 in conference play, 5th in the conference. Then they go to Rollins. Rollins is 14-4, same amount of wins as Tampa. If Tampa wins this game, Tampa will go to 14-1. Rollins is at 14-4. Then the Spartans are finally home on April 24th and 25th. Florida Tech comes to town, but then they hit the road after that. And there's one down the line. Fair ball going down into the corner. Rounding first, heading to second, picked up by Soto. He throws it in. And a stand-up double for Badaki. Then after that, after the Florida Tech home series, Eckerd is on the road. And Eckerd at the moment, 14-4. That's still 3 or 4 series away. But potentially the two teams ahead of, or the two teams chasing you are on the road.
Yeah, it's a big series for the Spartans, you know. If they can take both of them, they might be able to clinch the conference title. Well, at the very least, make sure they keep controlling their destiny for the conference title. They do so at the moment. But those will be the weekends to watch.
Burkhardt at the plate.
That's
coming in as a pinch hitter.
First of, I imagine, a few changes.
Fiker on the mound for Tampa. That one's outside. That one's hit out towards center field, going back, and caught. Nice job by Jordan Evans to make the catch. Runner does advance from second to third. A nice job running catch by Jordan Evans there, just short of the warning track.
That's why you want speedy players out in the outfield. Evans doing a great job chasing that one down.
Brings Eli Thurman to the plate. His first pitch, ground ball. They're going to concede the run, throw him out. 2 down. Run scores. It's now 9-4. Florida Southern down to its final out.
Disappointing for Fiker. I know he probably didn't want the earned run to get saddled with, but he'll still be in line for the save. Not just because this is a 3-inning relief outing.
Yes.
He entered 6-3, so he's eligible for the save by the normal value anyway. So if he had entered in the save and it was still the 6-3 score, even now it's 9-4, he'd be save eligible.
John Luke Glanton looking to run his record to 8-1 on the year. Strike one to Brady Dory. Strike two on a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, down to their final strike of the weekend. Fiker winds, fires, swing and a miss. Spartans win it. 9-4 is the final. Tampa improves to 14-1 on the year, 28-5 overall. Florida Southern 7-7 in conference play, 17-15 overall. So 14-1. The Spartans, Eckerd, and Rollins all with 14 wins. Tampa though with 1 loss. Eckerd and Rollins with 4 losses. For Tampa, 9 runs, 15 hits. Did commit 3 errors. They were in the early part of the game. They left 10 runners. Florida Southern, 4 runs, 5 hits, committed an error, and they left 5 base runners. So now the Spartans are going to hit the road after the home game against Valdosta State on Tuesday, Taylor.
Yeah, it's a great way to close out the weekend. A disappointing Friday loss, but Tampa's offense getting back to work, especially late here. Good job to bounce back after going down twice. And they end it with a big day at the plate for so many players. Fiker, great save as well. We get to see him finally get some work here on Sunday. And guess what? 1 hit surrendered in 3 almost clean innings. Just like the end of the previous game, the Mocs manufacture a quick 2-sacrifice run in the 9th. But it'll give them some momentum as they continue conference play. Currently on the bubble, and they can definitely take some positives despite the series loss.
So after Valdosta State on Tuesday, it's on the road at Nova Southeastern next weekend, on the road at Rollins a weekend after that. Then we are back home for broadcasting on April 24th and 25th when the Florida Tech Panthers come to town. So for Taylor Stolworthy, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you on April 24th when the Spartans host Florida Tech right here on TampaSpartans.com.